to Brockport Network News. I'm Colleen Colquitt. Congratulations to Brian Whitmer and Sam Wheeler, who are BSG's new president and vice president. Before they were elected, BTV had the chance to interview them on what they thought about BSG and their future plans.
I think there's a major issue this year with, and every year with communication within BSG and also with the student body. A lot of times students just don't know what their student government is.
I believe there's a lack of, not responsibility, but there's a lack of detail as to whose job is what as far as clubs go. I would like to maybe fix that in the future, kind of make sure everybody knows what their position is and what their job is and who they're serving.
Something we want to do is have a semi-regular meeting where everyone within BSG gets together and sits down. I think that's a major flaw right now is we don't at any point get together unless, marketing and programming executive all go to the board meeting. So I think a great way to do that is for us to all sit together and talk about any issues, concerns. And the board members also have great ideas, as well as like marketing, programming have great ideas for the board. And I think working all together is a great idea. I know a lot of the on-campus, off-campus forums haven't been very successful, so maybe working together and make those more successful so then the students know what's going on in BSG. And I think it's just like once you start, everyone can kind of start to understand what BSG is and communicate within it.
We're kind of on the same page here. My personal belief is that, let's say your roommate, you move in with your roommate, you're not the best friends, but you grow to like each other, you grow to work with each other, you find out what works, what doesn't. I think that applies to the entire organization. Just breaking down that barrier of like, we're not just working together, we're like working together, we're actually like flowing. We're getting things done. I think you really need to break down the barrier between like people to people. I think it's really important that other people, like, we do a lot of team building activities, you learn to work together, and I think that will just break down the barrier between programming, marketing, and board. So everybody can just get along, play nice, make things happen.
I think students don't need to be involved, but they need to know what's going on. I think they need to understand why these programs happen and what we're doing with the money. This mandatory fee, everybody pays that, and people need to understand where the money's going, how they're benefiting from that. We're gonna have the money, we're gonna spend it, so they might as well like take advantage of it and benefit from it. I mean, we put on a lot of great concerts, a lot of great events. They bring in speakers, they bring in concerts, obviously, and just walk into class and you see BSG. I mean, it's nice to know that your money goes to somewhere well spent.
I started working with BSG as a freshman, and I loved every second of it. And it is something I would have missed out on if I hadn't. So not every student needs to work for BSG, but just going to those shows, it's like paying to go to a concert and not showing up. Like, you've already spent the money, take advantage of it.
BSG has the potential to do such amazing things for its students, and at the same time it has the chance to fail. I think continuing to let students, voice their opinions and letting clubs come in and ask for money so that they can move farther than their budgets permit them. I think those are great things that students need and want. Students join clubs so that they can contribute to their campus, and having those Thursdays in the squares I think is something that's really important, and it lets clubs continue to provide to their school even if they don't have a budget. And we're different people. I think that's a great thing about us. We have very different mindsets. We might not agree on everything, and I think that's good. If we did, then we just have the same things happening over and over again, and I think it's great that we're different from each other and that we can bounce ideas off each other and kind of come to something that might, reach a broader spectrum of students.
We're the most qualified. We're the best candidates. We're the only candidates with experience within BSG. We know what we're doing, and we will do amazing things. I've already got some pipe dreams for the future, and given the chance, we can make a lot of those great things happen.
I just want to make sure that students fully appreciate it and have the best they can have out of it.
BTV recently paid a visit to the BSG Spa Break event that occurred in the Seymour Union Lounge just before spring break. The event had all the students in the union buzzing.
Rockport Student Government, Health Services and Campus Life. We're putting on a spa in spring break. There's free massages, free food, giveaways, there's a hula hoop contest, limbo contest, so it's just kind of a fun way to start off spring break.
Last Thursday, several clubs on campus, including BSG, Soul, OSAD, and Feed the Children, helped to put on the Oxfam Hunger Banquet in the New York Room in Cooper Hall. Brandon Wood was the MC for the evening, and he led several important discussions about the issue of world hunger. The event was very successful in raising awareness for people who do not have much, and the Hunger Banquet made us all thankful for what we have. Now we'd like to send things over to Jen with the Brock Report to help fill you in on what's happening around campus.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brock Report. I'm your host, Jennifer Mussa. We have had a very interesting few weeks here in the studio, and we are very excited to share it all with you. First, Tequila Hill went out and spoke with students regarding the pet policy on campus. Let's see what they had to say.
I'm Tequila Hill, and I'm going to head over into the Seymour College Union to ask students what their opinion is about should Brockport College allow pets on campus or in school housing.
Yes, I do think that pets should be allowed in the school campus housing.
I think it depends. Like if you have your own studio outside or you have your own department, it's okay. You have your own pets.
I think Brockport should allow certain pets to live on Brockport campus or school housing. I feel like maybe hamsters or mice could be a good thing, but like it's really hard because of allergens and campus safety and all the other stuff that like goes into any kind of housing really.
But I don't think it's appropriate idea if you have pets in dorm, because I've seen such dorms. It's very messy and very crowded, and you know, for pets you have a responsibility for them.
I really feel like Brockport should not allow students to have pets on campus, because it's one thing, some kids don't even take a shower themselves, so like their pets, they won't take them a shower, they won't even take care of their pets. So I feel like it will be a total disaster and campus will be very disgusting.
Actually, I don't think that they should allow pets on school dorms or school housing because some students may be allergic to animals, and I think that would cause a lot of issues for many students here.
You need to raise them, you need to take care of them, they need to use a restroom, so use a restroom is a problem, and you don't want your pets just use the restroom in a dorm because you have a fine from the school. And at the same time, some of maybe your roommates are afraid of pets. You have to deal with the relationship with other people at the same time. That's your responsibility.
I feel like pets can help people feel less stressed out because there's a lot of therapy found within having pets in the dorms, having something to go to.
I had my dog here. She's like a big stress reliever for me. I just like to cuddle with her, and it would help me just like relax every once in a while when I start freaking out about exams and stuff. So yeah.
I own my own pet. He lives at my house, but his name is Buster, and he's a Cocker Spaniel.
Reporting for BTV, this has been Tequila Hill.
Thank you, Tequila. I wish I could have a pet here on campus as well, and I'm sure that many other students agree with that. How much of American history do you actually know? Can you remember all of the facts that you learned throughout your years of schooling? I went to the Union to see how much students and staff are truly paying attention to our nation's history. Here is what they had to say.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light
what so proudly we hailed
as the twilight's last gleaming.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions about our nation's history, okay?
Okay.
First question, what is the capital of New York?
New York City.
Albany.
But I have to tell you, I'm blonde, female, Polish, over 50, and from Perry, so I don't know how accurate my answers are going to be.
Albany.
What is the capital of America?
New York City.
Who announced the British are coming during the Revolutionary War?
Depends on your definition.
Paul Revere.
Can I pass?
The British did.
I really have no idea.
Who is our vice president?
Osama bin Laden? Oh, Biden?
I don't know.
Donald Trump?
Joe Biden.
Something like that.
There you go. What countries border the United States?
Canada and Mexico.
Depends on how you define it, but Canada and Mexico.
I have no idea.
What animals do hot dogs come from?
Too many to count.
A lot of animals.
Which one?
All of them.
Pigs and cows, I think.
First question I'm going to ask you is, from what country of origin does your scarf come from?
Like in Europe?
My country, of course. Albania.
How many inches are in a mile?
Billion.
What's so proudly we hailed?
What's 200.426 times 30.2?
You can get back to me on that.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That is all we have for today. Have a great week and enjoy your Scholars Day. For more information, please visit our Facebook at Brockport Television and Production and visit our website at www.brockporttv.com. See you next time here on the one, the only, The Brock Report.
Thanks, Jen. Brockport Television would like to introduce a new segment entitled The Student Showcase. This segment will allow professors to nominate outstanding students from all areas of study to be profiled on our show. This week's showcase is featuring Dan Zidanowski.
My name is Dan Zanowski, chemistry major, adolescent inclusive education. That's a major as well. On campus, I wear many different hats. I have been involved in the Department of Res Life as a resident assistant, and this year, my senior year, I've been a town home assistant. I've been involved in BSG on and off for 3 years. This year, I've been the most involved as I'm an appointed executive officer on the central staff of BSG. I do research in the chemistry department. I've served as president of the chemistry club for 2 years now, and I hold a job part-time at a private school teaching New York State Regents chemistry and an exposure to physics class. I love the chemistry department for many reasons. One is probably the sense of community that the department has. I wouldn't have been able to accomplish, half of what I've done in my fast 4 years at this college unless I had some of the support and guidance from a lot of the faculty and staff from the college. The research I do with the chemistry project is titled The Hydrodechlorination of Aryl Chlorides. In chemistry, it's called a benzene ring. It's a molecule, and what happens is there's a chlorine atom or molecule attached on the bigger benzene molecule, and people most commonly know these environmental toxins as PCBs, and the C in PCB stands for chlorine, and the B happens to stand for benzene. So my research is all about taking the chlorine off of the benzene ring. The chlorine molecule is what makes the PCBs toxic, and these are the things building up in rivers and other waterways and getting into our drinking water and soil, and they're just causing all sorts of environmental issues. So my research is about taking the chlorine off of the benzene ring in a cheap and efficient way that could potentially be scaled up so that we could do it in a larger process. Ultimately, what I want to do with my life is enter the field of education and being a teacher in the classroom, teaching chemistry or other sciences on a daily basis. And then after that, when the first career gets old and boring, I'd like to go into administration to make an impact in the field of education in a different way. Because in the classroom, you're making individual impacts. Administrators have the ability to impact an educational system as a whole and change policies and procedures such that you're impacting the entire student body rather than just one or two individual students. Both are rewarding, very different though.
That's why I'm in the video.
I enjoy seeing the fellow students in BSG grow in the sense that They're learning a lot in their leadership roles and the skills that we're all working on to better ourselves as professionals and student leaders on the campus. It's fun seeing everybody grow, and the people in BSG are a lot of fun. For incoming freshmen who have yet to spend a full day on the Brockport campus, be involved and be as involved as possible, and don't be afraid to mess up or take risks, and don't be afraid of rejection, because the college is able to empower you to do whatever you want to do, so don't be afraid to reach out and do what you want to do.
Well, Dan, that was a very impressive lineup. Brockport Television would like to wish you the best of luck on all your future endeavors. Keep an eye out for the Student Showcase segment, which will continue in the fall. There are a number of events coming up on the Brockport campus in the next 2 weeks. On Wednesday, April 4th, there will be a job fair in the Union Ballroom, Room 185 and Room 187, from 12 until 2 p.m. On Saturday, April 7th, there's a fashion show being held in the Union Ballroom from 4 p.m. until 3 a.m. On Monday, April 9th, and Tuesday, April 10th, from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m., the Red Cross will be holding a blood drive in the Union Ballroom East. Wednesday, April 11th is Scholars Day. Don't forget to check the schedule of events online and attend any that seem interesting to you. Lastly, Friday, April 13th, Soul will be holding a drag show in the Union Ballroom. This is all we have for tonight for Brockport Network News. Please visit our website at www.brockporttv.com for more of BNN, the Brock Report, and Eagles Nest shows. I'm Colleen Colquitt. Have a great night.